We have here a 1971 Camaro. Let me tell you, it is a meticulous, no expense spared build. Has a 383 stroker making 526 horsepower. All the best of everything, all the suspension components and Dana rear end, leather upholstery. I knew the gentleman that built the car. He owns a machine shop. He's meticulous. This car, I have all the receipts. It was built about 8 years ago, 8 years ago. And I actually sold the car for him back then. There's $78,000 invested in the car. Sold it to a local customer, taken excellent care of it. It looks as good as it did the day it was finished 7 or 8 years ago. It's a nice, nice piece. Go to volocars.com. That's where you can get the price tag on every car we have for sale. We have over 200 of the best cars that I've ever had, along with a monthly finance option as well. But for right now, buckle up. Let's go for a spin. Yeah, so bottom line, this is 7 or 8 year old restoration. It looks like it was done yesterday, and there's no question it was meticulously done. It was not to flip. It was not to make money. Matter of fact, back 7 or 8 years ago, 78 grand to put into a Camaro was a ton. So anyway, the body is outstanding. Matter of fact, this was the first time I ever heard of ceramic coating. I remember him saying he had the whole car ceramic coated, and he spilled something on it, and he said it just dripped right off the car. It's the first time I ever heard of it. But again, no expense spared. Okay, so it has the 3-piece tall spoiler. The body is, I mean, absolutely straight. Every inch of it is absolutely laser beam straight, clean. Behind the tires is not all chipped up. It's all nice and clean. There are 4 little tiny pimples right there. And then right here where the quarter panel is spliced, there's some like waves or bumps right in here. I remember that distinctly. It was there when we sold it. It's not gotten any worse. It's not going to change anything. It does not jump out at you, but I do need to make you aware right in here is probably the worst part of the whole car, and it's not even bad. So anyway, absolutely laser beam straight. There's not a door dent, not a ripple. Shuts like new. All of this is absolutely straight. It has the tall cowl hood. It's a fiberglass hood. It actually fits very well. All of the metal and the fiberglass is absolutely straight. The body on this car is pristine. All along the bottom on this side is just as nice. Big, long, heavy doors. It opens effortlessly. Shuts like a new car. This root beer color, that's what we're calling it, the metal flake, really sparkles. It has some real depth to it. It is slick as can be. You don't feel the stripes. This is one of those paint jobs you feel like you can reach in and grab whatever is in there. It's deep, it's polished, it's glossy. Incredible paint job. All the trim, is restored or replaced, polished. Bumper, taillights, emblem. They put all the Z28 badging on it. Glass was replaced. All 4 windows. Rubber seals, weather strips are replaced, door handles. It's got some Mickey Thompson Street strip tires, some polished wheels. Nice fat wheels, skinnies up front. They are matching wheels, just look a little different because they're different sizes. Also Mickey Thompson tires. It has a front spoiler. Must have had hood pins at one time. It has the bezels here, but there's no pins any longer. It doesn't need them. They did put the split bumper on the front. The emblem, everything up here is beautiful. The bezels. Telling you this is one slick car. Let's open it up. I got a lot more to show you. Okay, we're going to walk you through the inside of this car. Let's start with the trunk. Yeah, painted up real nice. It's not wanting to stay up by itself all the way. But anyway, painted real nice, new weather strip. Inside is immaculate metal, spatter painted battery, Optima battery relocated to the trunk with a billet hold down, nice fat cables. You can see it has a stereo system, subwoofer, some amplifiers. So that's a nice little surprise. We have a buy it now button on every one of our cars. You see something you like, you can lock it in by hitting that button and talk to the salesman, and they'll answer your questions. Door jambs are nice and shiny. Weather strips are replaced. Stock door panels, but they're completely new. Matter of fact, everything inside this car was replaced. Everything. So the window cranks, door handles, door panels, all new. Has a custom instrument panel, nice silver, with a full set of matched autometer gauges. I think there's about 3,600 miles on the car since it's been done now. Has a new, just under 36. New dash pad that fits real nice. The vents, the glove box, everything was replaced, looks new. It's part of the custom stereo system. We got reproduction, genuine GM floor mats, new carpet, console, nice center console, has like a performance shifter, so you don't miss a gear. Also has overdrive. We'll talk more about that later. Now look at the seats. This is genuine soft, glove soft leather. They're all nice and stuffed real nice. They feel nice and firm. There's no wrinkles. Back seats, also leather, also has nice carpet and floor mats. There is sound deadener under the carpet. All the plastic trim, the side panels, the headliner, all look like new. Dome light works. Mirror looks like new. There's a polished 4-spoke wheel on a tilt column. There's a little microphone for the stereo. So it is a Bluetooth stereo, I assume it is. Yes, it is. A couple switches, that's for your overdrive. So now we're going to go check out the motor. I forgot to mention, it has seat extenders. So for you tall folks, the seat moves back a few more inches. If you're not so tall, it doesn't affect you one way or another. So this is a 383 stroker, 526 horsepower, fuel injected. I'm going to get my notes out and kind of read through the specs. Yeah, it was dyno tested at 536 horsepower. The motor itself was $11,929 back then. In the receipts, we have detailed specs for every bit of it, including the machine work. It was stroked, balanced, and bored. 4-bolt main, Eagle rotating assembly, steel crank, H-beam rods, forged pistons, Molly rings and bearings, Edelbrock E210 aluminum heads, stainless valves, Edelbrock Victor Jr. intake, polished thermostat housing, stainless intake bolts, ARP bolts, Moroso oil pump, Felpro gaskets, comp roller cam, short travel roller lifters, Pro Magnum roller rockers, Ultra Gold stud girdles. On the outside, it's got an MSD Pro billet distributor, 8.5 millimeter wires, billet valve covers, external breathers. I think that's what this is. That's the breather. Look at the crazy headers. They're all ceramic coated. I love the custom valve covers. I'm not sure what that is. It looks like that goes down towards the transmission. It has a breather on it. Smooth firewall. So it looks like they've deleted the heat out of the car. To keep the car running cool, though, it has a Be Cool aluminum radiator with an overflow, dual electric fans, front of the engine, all nice polished billet brackets and pulleys and alternator and serpentine belt. Look at all the high-end fuel fittings, and it's a big, looks like a big Holley dual feed carb underneath the air cleaner. Stainless power steering lines. It's got a breather on each side. Willwood master cylinder. Very clean engine compartment. Caleb's going to take you for a ride, and you should be really impressed.
This car is a beast, fellas. So we are in the Camaro Z28. Well, it's not a real true Z28, but it's been dressed up. But we're taking this hot rod around the block. We're going to show you that she's very streetable, no matter the appearance and what's done to it. But there's a lot of money invested in this car, so I'm expecting it to drive real nice. It's definitely got a stiffer suspension setup, so that way it tracks straight. So you're going to hear a little rattle over the bumps, but in all honesty, it feels pretty solid. Cruising over the bumps, you can tell it has an expensive suspension setup on it. It does have a reverse manual valve body on the trans, so you do have to manually shift it, but it has the gear vendor's overdrive in it. I know it has something to do with these switches over here. I didn't have a chance or time to figure it out, so I apologize. We'll figure it out in the description for you, but let's get her up to speed, see what she's got. Yep, 0 to 60, just like that. This thing feels really good. You'll have a lot of fun with this car. I had the throttle maybe halfway down, so I wasn't even mashing on it. Acceleration is beautiful. The idle's great. The trans shifts smoothly. Turn signals do work and cancel. There's tiny little lights on the dash. All the odometer gauges are working and functional. It's even got an updated stereo with Bluetooth in here, so that's functional. Horn works, and the wipers. So you got yourself a turnkey race car. Brakes feel really good. Right now I'm coming to a dead stop. They're not pulling left or right. I don't feel it dragging. Get it down into first here. There we go. Yeah, she'll break loose, but these tires are sticky, so she's going to grip to the road. Even with the colder weather, she just takes off like a rocket. So yeah, there you have it.
So we have a lot of pictures of the undercarriage. You can see for yourself when you look at the pictures, it's really done right. There's a lot of high-end parts. It speaks for itself. You can also read the description. It'll be a little more detailed than what I'm probably about to tell you. There's so much good stuff under there, I couldn't memorize it all, so I'm going to read some of it to you. Up front, it is upgraded with some fat tubular control arms and some racing-style coil-over adjustable shocks. They look like they're, pretty much high-end compared to the other ones I've seen. It does have frame connectors, tubular frame connectors to the back, tubular control arms in the back, traction bars, I should say. Has a split monoleaf spring, adjustable gas shocks, all-new fuel system with premium fuel lines, all that good stuff. Drilled and slotted disc brakes at all 4 wheels. Really nice fat custom exhaust. You can just tell it's neatly bent. I think it's coated, a ceramic coating or something. It's nice and silver. So all upgraded steering, suspension, brakes. You look up at the motor, it's real nice and clean. It has high capacity, extra capacity oil pan, high torque starter. It has a Turbo 400 with a custom aluminum made pan. It also has a gear vendor overdrive. Back then it was $2,700 to have the overdrive, which makes this a lot more highway friendly. A big fat custom drive shaft. Goes back to Strange Engineering Dana 60 heavy duty rear end. As far as what gears, it's a 373 traction lock gears. Has an aluminum cover. So, yeah, I think I got most of it off memory there. They are Flowmaster mufflers. Yeah, I think that's about it. But do check out the pictures and description on our website. This car deserves respect because it was really, really done right. Go to volocars.com to talk to the salesman. They'll help answer your questions like how do you get this delivered and how do you get it financed. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon to be notified when the next one's posted. Thanks for watching.